I am very interested to hear about the story for the Upper Room, kind of how it came to be. So just kind of take us through the journey, vision to reality, and kind of what led you guys to this point.
Well, I guess the start of it was a couple of years ago. I've been a home brewer for about 10 years now and never really thought of going in this direction, but as I progressed in my home brewing and the toys got more expensive and bigger and stuff of that nature, I started toying with the idea of opening a little brew pub. I've enjoyed going to other people's breweries in Nebraska and kind of wherever we traveled, and just kind of caught the bug that I like that atmosphere of the brew pub, being able to brew on site and serve on site and have that community aspect as well. And I think one of the big draws for me was that community of breweries. I think it's an interesting industry in that there's competition, but it's like a friendly competition.
Sure.
Like everybody wants their competition to do well. I've heard it said many times going to the brewing conferences, rising tide lifts all ships. And so I truly feel that's right now the case within the brewing industry, that everybody's watching out for everyone else and willing to lend a hand or advice or ingredients, whatever the case may be, to help their fellow brewers and brew pubs. And so that was a major draw for me into the industry. And then, I just was home brewing, and I think what really solidified the decision to move into a business was actually last year, the Buffalo County Fair, my Belgian Golden Strong got best in show.
Nice.
And as kind of a reward for that, Thunderhead brewed a half batch of my beer. And so just being recognized, obviously as best in show, but then having a professional brewery take that recipe and brew it on a much larger scale was kind of the linchpin or the nail in the coffin for me. And just kind of started looking around Kearney for a place to house a brewery, and through a mutual friend of ours, we got connected, and it was, I guess, last November, Dustin and I had lunch at Cunningham's, and
what was that conversation like?
It was interesting. So it was the two of us, and then our friend who said, "Hey, you guys should meet," because with Michael and his background in brewing, and then my background in business and marketing, and also we enjoy craft beer and breweries too. And when I guess we got connected with even the idea of being a part of owning a brewery, I mean, just that concept was like, that would be pretty cool. I don't know how to brew. I just taste.
Right.
I just taste the market. Right. Yeah. And so, it was just kind of like we just kind of I guess complemented each other's lack of knowledge in a certain area, and so together it was kind of a great partnership. Conversation was, I mean, we were there for probably an hour and a half or so, and just talking about vision and what do you think a brewery in Kearney should look like. About a year and a half ago, I graduated with my MBA at UNK, and for that I created a business plan for a tap room and a concert hall. The concert hall was tied to a past career that I had here in Kearney. So I kind of had a lot of the business plan created for a brewery, for a tap room.
Sure.
And I guess just having the chance to talk about the financials and the marketing, and hey, what do you think could work here in Kearney? It was good. mean, after that, we, I don't know, we didn't talk for probably, a couple weeks or so, and then I'm not sure who texted who. He said, hey, I think you texted us and said, hey, do you want to come over? You guys come over for dinner and try the beers, because I haven't tried them at that time. And we tried a few that night, and they were all really, really good. I'm like, yeah, I think this could work.
Yeah. So after you two got done talking, and you had to go home to talk to your wives, how did that conversation go? Were you ladies, did you know that they were going to have this meeting, or how did that go?
Yeah, I mean, we knew they were gonna meet and discuss, and then, I don't know, it's different when, like, you don't know the people and you weren't a part of the meeting and it's all third-hand information, and it's men who are relaying the third-hand information, so you're getting like a microcosm of what it was probably like. So it was like, you know, he comes home and it's like, well, how'd it go? Really good. Good. So what does that mean? Like, what does that look like? And then, you know, it's almost like this weird dating thing. Like, do you text him? Do you call? Like, you know, how long do you wait?
You don't want to be too aggressive, you know?
Yeah.
He's up, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it was just, yeah. Most of it is like, you know, you have to trust your spouse and trust that they have a good feel of the situation and a good read on things. And then I think that was part of the reason we decided to invite everyone over, was just so we could all meet and kind of all get on the same page, and that went really well. So yeah, it was just kind of like getting the whole thing started, I feel like, was just these random series of events that, like, everything just really kind of fell in place. And I told Mike, I was like, if we're gonna do this, I feel like now's the time to do it. And if you don't do it now, you're gonna always regret not taking the chance. So we kind of just decided to jump in and give it a try, and that was that.
Here we are.
Yeah. And when was that when you guys first met?
A little over a year ago.
About a year ago?
Mhm.
Okay.